everybody. My name is Darlene and I have Parkinson's. Today is Make It Monday. I love Make It Mondays. Get to make something we haven't made in a long time or try something new. I have never made this. I got this recipe a very long time ago and it intrigued me, but I've never made it, so I'm going to do it today. It's called roasted garlic spread. Bill hates it when I try something experimental because he knows he gets it for dinner. Anyway, I had to do a couple things ahead of time because there was a little bit of prep work, so I'll show you what I did. One of the things I had to do was I had to take half a cup of walnuts and I had to put them through a food processor. I just have a little tiny one, so I put that through the food processor to get that ready. You need 1.5 cups of mashed potatoes or leftover potatoes, so I didn't have any leftovers, so I made my mashed potatoes. Then I roasted some garlic. To do this, it said take 14 unpeeled garlic cloves, wrap them in foil. I drizzled a little bit of olive oil. It doesn't say to do that, but I did put a little bit of olive oil in there. And then wrap it up in tin foil, put it in a shallow baking dish, and put a 1/2 inch of water in the baking dish. And put it in your oven at 350 for 45 minutes. And then when they cool down, you bring them out. When they cool down, you can just squeeze them out of their skins and then paste them up a little bit. So I put these through the processor. So these are the, oops, I got a little piece of skin in there. So these have gone through the processor already, but, yeah, this is skin. They've gone through the processor already, but they didn't have enough roasting on them, I don't think. I think that I've always roasted garlic by cutting the top of the bulb off, putting a little olive oil in, and roasting it. And I think I would prefer it roasted a little bit more. But when you roast garlic like this, it makes it mellow. It's not that harsh bite that you get from regular garlic, when it's raw. The next thing, that you want to get 5 slices of stale bread. It sounds bizarre, but this is intriguing. 5 slices of stale bread, place them in a shallow baking dish, and cover and soak them for 5 to 10 minutes with water. So, right here, let's see, I'll just move the path over so we can see. Right here I have a pie plate with some water in it. I have some extra water too because I don't think this will be enough. And I'm just going to lay my bread in. Okay, now I'm going to pour some more water over the top. Because it says that you want to cover this bread up and soak it. All right, now it's going to soak it all up and then we're going to get mush out of it. Doesn't sound very appetizing, mush, but it will be good, I'm sure. All right, there we go. There's my walnuts I can put away again too. All right, let's get on to the next step. So, first thing we did was made some mashed potatoes. Second things we did, we roasted our garlic. We got our bread in here ready to be measured out. In a bowl. Okay, now, if you have a food processor, a big food processor, that is likely the best way to make this. I do not have a big food processor. I have an immersion blender. I also have a countertop small blender. And I have a little tiny food processor. So I'm going to choose to try the immersion blender. And if it doesn't work, then I will bring out the other big blender and go from there. So we're going to put the bread into here as soon as it's soaked for a few minutes. When the garlic is cooled, we're going to squeeze it out of the skins, which we have already done, and add it to the bread. So the bread goes in first, then the garlic. Then we may have the mashed potatoes, which we add to the bread. So now we're just going to get to the point where we're basically adding things. So the next thing we want to do is get 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Let's see, what do I do? I'll put this right here. I'm going to get 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Now my lemon was very tight. It didn't want to give out juice. So I put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. And that's supposed to get it the ability to juice it a little bit better. We'll see. So. Now, 1/4 cup is not really a lot, so we'll just, I gotta remember how to do this. I put this, what seems like the wrong way, but you put it upside down in there, that's right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. I can't get any more out of that one. Probably could if I was a bit stronger, but I'll just do the other one. And that'll give me enough. There. Oh, yes, the side came out there. Okay. That came out much better. Okay. Oh, I love the smell of that lemon. It just smells so nice. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know, my bread is soaked long enough there because it was maybe not as stale as it could have been. So, in my bowl, take my bread and squeeze it out. So I'm going to just go here and squeeze it out into here. Because we just want it to be mushy, mushy bread. Sort of like, you know, when you're making meatloaf and you're putting in the bread. Okay, that's that idea, see? Just mush. And if you had more hearty bread and it was stale, it would soak up a lot more and it would be probably very nice, but we just didn't happen to have any of that in the house. Now this one, you see, was the crust. So, I said to Bill, how much you want to bet that I make a mess? Well, I just made a mess. I spurted water all over the floor. That's one thing about me. I know I can make a mess, but I can clean it up just as well. All right. Hope everybody's having a good holiday weekend. We didn't go and do anything too spectacular, but that is nice just to have a holiday break. All the people gardening and everything, they just take advantage of this full time. Okay, I'm going to just break that apart. All right, now see. Put that in the juicer. When the garlic is cold, squeeze it out and add it to the bread. So here we're going. We're going to add to the bread. What I'm going to do, I want to clear one bowl here so I can put my dirty stuff into it. So I'm going to go like this. Now I can put my dirty stuff into there. All right. Otherwise it's going to make me annoyed with all the mess that I'm making. Okay. Now, that's the garlic mash into there. Add to the bread the following. Okay. Skins and add to bread. Okay, add the mashed potatoes. Well, let's just mix this up first. Now add the mashed potatoes. This is the type of thing that if it turns out really nice, you could serve it like at a party or whatever if you have people over. But I don't ever have a party of people over, but you could serve something like this. But you wouldn't want to try it for the first time when you had people coming over. So that's one of the reasons that I decided to give it a try now. I always wanted to know what it was. All right, you're going to have to add mashed potatoes to the bread. Add to the bread the following. Walnuts. Okay, so I've got my walnuts here. That was, a half a cup. And I got them all fine because Phil doesn't do nuts that are all big chunks. Lemon juice. Okay, half a cup of lemon juice. Where's my little cup measure? I don't have it here. Well, I'll give it a good eyeball. What does it say? A quarter of a cup? A quarter of a cup. There we go. A quarter of a cup of lemon juice. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and pepper. We've got a little measure here. That's a half and 3/4. And this is Himalayan pink salt. And I'm only going to go with the half of the salt because we don't usually like too much salt. So we got that in there. Now I'm going to whiz this up, and then the very last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to very slowly drizzle in olive oil. But I have to get it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put you on pause, clean up my mess, and then we'll come back and drizzle in the olive oil because I can't handle all the mess around me here. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Oops. Oh dear. I forgot to bring the spatula. I'm sorry, I forgot my spatula. You will notice that I'm moving considerably slower than I was when I got up because my medicines have decided they're not working right now. I haven't taken them for a while, and now I'm due another dose soon. So I just have to finish up before that because otherwise my body will stop completely. So here I am. And that's par of course for me. I have to time everything in between stuff. So I've got this all mixed in here, and I'm slowly going to immerse it and then add my olive oil. Now the olive oil I just pre-measured into this cup here. Oops, I dropped a piece of something in there. Oh well, I won't go into the thing, it's attached. They said to slowly do it, so we'll have to see how slowly I can do it, if I can do it at all. It will get looser, of course, as I get the olive oil into it. So I just want to get this one first. All right, let's get a little bit of olive oil. It says if you had a food processor, you'd do it a little bit at a time. You'd just run it in while the motor was running. But I, of course, do not have that, so I'm going to have to do it like that. I think when I got the recipe, I had a food processor. But that doesn't mean I have one now. All right, let's get you a little bit more juice in here. You're tempted to put more in than you want, but... Well, I don't think this blender was what was supposed to be done. When you don't have the right tools, it's a little bit harder. I've had food processors in the past, but it just takes up so much counter space when you have limited counter space. So I wouldn't make enough use of it. So. It's like my Instant Pot. I just didn't make enough use out of it. I used it like 6 times, and it's not worth it. Or my bread machine, you know, I didn't use my bread machine, whereas my KitchenAid, I make my bread with it, and I like it. Somehow it seems like we should be eating this hot, but it doesn't go together. It's also not the most appetizing looking stuff. But hopefully the taste will make up for that. I kind of feel like we're serving gruel for dinner. You know, there could be some really fancy chef. They could come out and do this very same thing, and they'd make it look good. I mean, I just make it look like a hodgepodge. It is getting better, though, as this slowly goes in. And that's olive oil. We don't put regular oil. It's olive oil. think would have been just as good as my big mixer. Maybe it wouldn't have, I don't know. Because I feel like around the edges is where I need to get that oil. This does not taste good. I don't know, have any idea what we're having for dinner. It might be just potatoes. This sounded so much better in the recipe, can I tell you? I've had this recipe for years, wanting to try it. Maybe I was smart not to. See how any more of this oil is going to go in here, but why do we need so much oil? Bill, could you go get me my mix master? I think I'm going to try the last little bit of that. Like that black one with the 2 beaters that's underneath the cover.
What?
You waving to them?
Yep.
This is the last of the oil there, so we'll see what we can get in. And then we'll use the mix master and try it. It's at the top shelf at the back.
I see it.
And the beaters are in the white bucket.
Excuse me.
Okay, we'll take this out of here. I'm going to try it with the beaters because this is getting very hot too.
Is that the right beaters?
Yes. Let me, I might just, if you set them down there, I can do that if you can unplug me over here.
Oh,
Because this is getting very hot. Because it was going surging through very...
you have to move the chair
Oh.
out
Oh.
quite a bit.
Yeah. Right now it's hard. I'm not moving very good at all. Okay, that's the front one, yeah. Now this is going to drip a little bit. Hopefully not too much. Give me this to take out of my way. Thank you.
Oh, fuck, that is hot.
Yeah, Bill, what's your language, honey?
Sorry. Oh.
Alright, let's see, I got this on. Okay, now I've got to put this one in, and we'll see what happens now. Hopefully, good things. Okay. Now let's see what we do.
looking better.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm not going to do the next step because I'm going to just leave this here. But I'm just going to tell you, we would put it in a decorative bowl and we would sprinkle it with a little bit of parsley or lemon juice or lemon zest. And then you serve it with vegetables and crudité. Bill, you want to be a guinea pig?
I guess so.
No, I'm not too thrilled myself here. So
What is crudité?
crudité is vegetables. This isn't crudité. This is garlic dip with a cracker. Crap on a cracker.
Cracker. That's what it looks like.
I know this does not look good. Is it good or bad?
Good.
It's good?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm surprised. Not bad. I'm going to have a little taste, just that without the cracker. Shockingly, it's good. It doesn't look great, but if I go into a pretty bowl, put a little parsley on the top of it, zhuzh it up with nice vegetables and stuff around, we're going to make it look like supper, and we're going to enjoy it. All right, thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Well, you'll see me in a few minutes because I got to go turn the machine off, and I'm not going very quickly right now. So it takes me a while to come over here. All right, I'm here. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.